Captain's log. Stardate. Whatever the day is. I'm here doing my Star Trek book haul. There's Zoe. She's reading a book. And this is really sad, but we have spent the last hour trying to find something on BookTube to watch that we haven't already watched. And I think we broke the intro web. Nothing from my wife.
Didn't know I was allowed.
When we did that book haul, it basically books. I got a shit ton of Star Trek books and TOS bitches. All right, I wanted to kind of share them with you. And to be fair, I didn't take all of the ones that I saw. I was slightly picky. So this one here, and these are in no particular order, is number 16, The Final Reflection by John M. Ford. Klingon Captain Kren is a ruthless war strategist, but on a mission to Earth, Kren learns a lesson in peace. Suddenly, he must fight a secret battle of his own. His empire has a covert plan to shatter the Federation. Only Kren can prevent a war at the risk of his own life. You know what I also just love about this book? If you look closely, there's cat hair all over the fucking top of it. That's fucking disgusting. I'm allergic to cats. I'm already swelling up. The next book, it doesn't have a number, and I should have checked this stuff out, but it's Timescape, where the numbers usually are. It's Yesterday's Sun by A.C. Crispin. And there's Spock. The Romulans attack the planet Gateway, where Federation scientists are studying the Guardian of Forever, the mysterious portal to the past. The Enterprise must protect the Guardian or destroy it. But Spock has already used the portal to journey to the past. On the planet Sharpeedon. 5,000 years ago, Spock knew a beautiful, primitive woman. Now he has gone to meet his son. And I'm sitting here saying, what the what? Ready for pet peeve time? Okay, I'm going to show you pet peeve time. Right here, some bastard at probably Zoli's or fucking Gemco put a goddamn price tag on this book. The price says $3.50, okay? If you look down here at the price printed on the book, it says $3.50. I guess the people that worked at this store were not junior college graduates. Okay, number 29, Dreadnought by Diane Carey. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I can't remember if Diane Carey or Diane Duane is the one that's supposed to be really good. But anyhow, oh, it's got an exclamation mark. So it's really called Dreadnought! And there's Kirky. Star Empire is the Federation's most powerful new weapon. A dreadnought, first in class of super starships, capable of outgunning a dozen Klingon cruisers or subduing a galaxy. On the eve of her maiden voyage, Star Empire is stolen by terrorists who demand a rendezvous with the Enterprise. And with Lieutenant Piper stationed aboard Kirk's ship on her first training cruise, now Piper must discover why her friends from Starfleet are among the terrorists and why they insist the ship was stolen not to attack the Federation, but to save it. Dreadnought! I have a feeling this is more about someone named Piper than about Kirky. Little Kirky. Oh, this book must have been bought at the same place. It also says $3.30 right next to the price that says $3.30. This one looks badass. Now, this is number 30, and it is called Demons by J.M. Dillard. I am not thrilled about the movie outfits. I'm not going to lie. So I'm assuming this was written after 4 or 5. But yeah, let's find out what this is about. Because when I look at this, all I see is Life Force, which is an awesome movie. Cat hair all over this. Can you see it?
Don't breathe in.
Jesus Christ. Ugh. Long before the Federation, a powerful force invaded our galaxy and almost destroyed it. A force that began with possession and madness and ended in murder. A Starfleet research expedition to the farthest reaches of the galaxy has unearthed that force once again and brought its silent evil back to the planet Vulcan. Now Spock must defeat the demons that threaten his friends and family, or the Enterprise will become the instrument of the galaxy's destruction. Demons. Cat hair. Okay, now this is number 17, and this is more of a... I know this movie isn't amazing, but it is the novelization of The Search for Spock. Now, if you remember, a lot of places were doing promotions for The Search for Spock. And I want to say McDonald's was doing these Search for Spock glasses. And I had all of them, and within a year, all of them broke. So that kind of sucked a fat one. The Search for Spock was a really big deal when it came out for me. Because I couldn't believe that... Oh, here's a spoiler that's like 30 years fucking old. I couldn't believe that Spock died. And my dad couldn't believe it. And my dad... No one on the Enterprise can believe that Mr. Spock is gone. As the crew grieves for Mr. Spock, the awesome Genesis device, now controlled by the Federation, has transformed an inert nebula into a new planet teeming with life. But Genesis can also destroy existing worlds. Yada, yada, yada. They go down there and find Spock. And Spock's like fucking Gandalf after he gets his ass kicked by the Balrog. It's pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, moving right along. Now, this is one of my favorite characters from Star Trek. And I have the ebook of this, and when I saw it in the store, I was like, oh, but it's Mudd's Angels by J.A. Lawrence. There is cat hair all over this. This is driving me crazy. Responding to a top priority message from Starfleet Command 3 days ago, the Enterprise began a systematic investigation of all dithium-producing planets to determine why scheduled deliveries to star-based fueling depots were not being made. The answer... A new consortium of companies has been outbidding not only Federation but Romulan and Klingon representatives as well for the precious crystals, resulting in a virtual paralysis of the galactic economy. It's just like gasoline, people. The madness behind this method is obvious. A monopoly on the most valuable fuel source in the universe guarantees unlimited wealth and power, and the man behind this madness None other than our old friend, Harry fucking Mudd. Boom. And I don't think Mudd's the only thing hairy on that guy. What? Knock me. Jesus Christ. I know my wife's reading a book in the background. But for fuck's sake, throw a motherfucker a bone. Okay?
Do you have to swear as much?
No. But Mudd is awesome. I love him. Now this one I've heard a lot of good stuff about, but haven't read it. This is by Barbara Hamley. It is number 23 in the Star Trek novels. Ishmael. The Enterprise is on a peaceful mission at Starbase 12 when a bizarre cosmic phenomenon causes a Klingon ship to suddenly vanish, with Spock aboard for the ride. Spock, you crazy guy. You get into so many. Spock's last message from the Klingon ship is cryptic and frightening. The Klingons are traveling into the past, searching for the one man who holds a vital key to the future. If they can kill that man, the course of history will forever be changed, and the Federation will be destroyed. Let me see if you could see it. Do you see all that fucking cat hair on top of that book? Ugh. We should vacuum these books before we bring them in the house. Next. I don't know. I think I got this just because it had Spock and Kirk and the brain from Metroid on the cover. But the cover's ripped. They should have gave me a fucking discount for that. The Wounded Sky by Diane Duane. Oh, sorry guys. The pretty alien scientist invents the intergalactic inversion drive. You can see where this is going. An engine system that transcends warp drive. And the Enterprise will be the first to test it. The Klingons attempt to thwart the test, but a greater danger looms when strange symptoms surface among the crew, and time becomes meaningless. Now, Captain Kirk and his friends face their greatest challenge to repair the fabric of the universe before time is lost forever. So somewhere in between Kirk banging that pretty alien scientist, all this shit goes down. I bet that's when it happens too. I'm going to go out on a limb there. Now this one's by Greg Bear. And this one's called Corona, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take ya. Sorry. An awesome sentient force of protostars, Corona, has taken control of a stranded team of Vulcan scientists. The Enterprise has come on a rescue mission with a female reporter, a new computer that can override Kirk's command. That just sounds like you're asking for trouble. Suddenly, the rescuers must save themselves and the entire universe before Corona unleashes a Big Bang! Notice Spock with his loving touch on that woman. Alright, this one is by Melinda Snodgrass, who obviously was absent the day that people were giving out last names. Okay, this is called The Tears of the Singers. Captain Kirk and the Enterprise join the Klingons to avert disaster in the Taygeta 5 system, where a time-space warp has swallowed a spaceship without a trace. Spock suspects a link between the anomaly and the inhabitants of Taygeta, semi-aquatic creatures killed for the jewel-like tears secreted at the moment of death. But a mutinous Klingon officer threatens the vital mission as a desperate Kirk and Spock race to save the Tigetians, the Federation, and the entire universe. I love how every fucking problem ends up threatening the entire universe. Now this one, I think, is going to be awesome. This says Timescape. If you guys know what the difference between a book saying Timescape and a book having the actual number right there, please let me know. I know that eventually they stopped numbering the books, but I don't know if Timescape is like a overarching story. So this is Web of the Romulans by M.S. Murdoch. Ravaged by a killer virus, the Romulans enter Karana, where the only antidote can be found. Desperate, they incite a victorious Enterprise attack on one of their vessels. But Kirk discovers their ruse. Meanwhile, the central computer has fallen in love with him, severely crippling the Enterprise. Now Kirk must bring the antidote to the Romulans before the galaxy crashes over the brink of war. My question is Kirk gonna do the computer? Because that's usually how Captain Kirk fixes his problems. With a space wiener.
Wow.
There it is. Okay. Now, the golden jewel of this little romp. Oh my gosh, I actually did get quite a few of these. Is a hardback, oddly shaped. Are you ready? The hardback of Star Trek The Motion Picture. Now, originally when I picked this up, I thought it was a naked hardback, but this is actually a sleeve.
I don't know.
She could have called it a Volkswagen, and I would have said
jacket.
a dust jacket. There we go. And there's Gene on the back. Hello, everybody. I'm in Star Trek. But even when I was a kid and I saw this movie, I thought it was shit. So I'm not like going out of my mind thinking the book's gonna be great, but I just thought this was a super neat little hardcover. And when I originally thought this was like a naked hardcover, like the books you get in elementary school, I got all excited. But it's still cool that it's this. So Star Trek The Motion Picture and the Motion Book. So anyway, everybody, those are my Star Trek books that I got. Please let me know what you think of these, which ones I should start with. Right now, I'm reading Spock Must Die by James Blish, and it started off really good, but it's kind of lagging a little bit. So I don't know if that's not the best book, or if it's James Blish's writing, or whatever. But if you have any information for me on Star Trek books, please point me in the right direction, because I do want to read all these, but I don't want to have to force myself through something. So please let me know what you think. Update. I did finish Spock Must Die by James Blish a couple days ago, and I liked it. Not a lot, but I liked it. Because there's two Spocks, and I don't want to give away anything like that. But they're Spock 1 and Spock 2, and because I would read it for a while, and then set it down, and then come back to it, and read it for a while and set it down. By the time I got pretty close to the end of the book, I forgot which Spock was who. So that was just a confusing thing for me. But I think if you were to read it in one sitting, which is totally possible, you probably end up liking it a lot. Yeah, I guess that's it. So I did like it.